Right from the start, at the funeral, we made the statement that we forgave Tony for what he did, and we asked for his forgiveness because we felt that the greatest penalty that he could ever have would be to carry this burden of this tragedy the rest of his life. And we asked at that time that he would know the love and promises of Jesus.
It was really because we have been forgiven that we could forgive Tony, and that made it so much different and easier for us to do that. But even more so with the leniency, that was really God's mercy. We wrote a letter about that, that we would like the sentence to be more lenient. Jameson's father, who was actually in the courtroom, looked at the judge and asked him, he said, we want to be merciful as Christ has been to us, but we can't show that mercy to Tony, but Your Honor, you can do that. We want to love like Christ loves and forgive like he does.
It's just a matter of putting our faith into action, and it wasn't hard. We've been asked before, how long did it take you? It was immediate. We immediately prayed over being able to, whatever this would bring, sustain us, and not only sustain us, but we'd be able to use it in a powerful way.
What God has really taught us is that we have a choice. As it says in Ephesians 4:32, it says, be kind and compassionate, and to forgive others as Christ has forgiven us. And so we chose to do what God wanted us to do, because we know that is the best thing to do, is to choose His way.
We talked about unexpected outcomes that have come through this that you never would have expected. The number one thing has been the idea of forgiveness, that we were able to forgive. And it's a part of a powerful testimony that we're able to help people to understand that, and the fact that how God's going to use it as far as being able to spread the gospel. It's living out what Catherine and Jameson and Violet and Ezra and Calvin were about, was taking the power of the gospel to reach the people in a way that they would be able to understand it.
Forgiveness is really the greatest choice that you can make, is to forgive someone, because that is so freeing. It gives you so much freedom, because otherwise the enemy, it opens up a door when there's unforgiveness for the enemy to come in, and for a root of bitterness in us, and many other lies and deceptions from the enemy. When you really comprehend how much Jesus loved us, that He gave His life for us, shed His blood so that we could have that forgiveness, when you can comprehend that love, that frees you and helps you to be able to really forgive someone else. And I like to tell people a lot of times, if you can separate the sin from the sinner, that also helps you and frees you up to forgive more easily. The process of forgiving is to not be asking the question, why? But, why did this happen, God? But to ask God, how can you use this for your purposes to bring glory to you, God? And that is what we have seen over and over again, as we've chosen not to ask why, but to ask how God can use this. And He has used this so much greater than we ever asked or imagined for the gospel.